It is time to upgrade our speaker setup here. I've been using these Mackies for a couple of years now, and it's time to upgrade. Mackie reached out to me recently and offered to send me out some updated versions of these speakers, the version 3. So I am excited to get rid of these guys and bring up the new ones. Oh, here they are. These are the new Gen 3 CR5 Bluetooth speakers. These have some really cool features in it. So I'm just gonna give you my honest opinion on this stuff. This is not a sponsored video, but Mackie did send these to me. But I'm just gonna give you my honest opinion on these guys and how they work out, how they sound, and what I think of them. So let's get into opening this guy up. Always used to love my little knife here I made, you know, by myself with my own 2 hands down in Tennessee out of a horseshoe. So that's always fun. All right, so let's open up these speakers. Now they do have some really cool new features in here that we're gonna talk about that I'm pretty excited to give a try to. So let's see what we got in here. Got our instruction booklet, always need that. Good protection in there, and here are the speakers. There's one, there's 2, and we've got some cords and cables that came with them. All right, first things first, let's get these guys opened up here. First of all, the packaging on these guys, really nice. I mean, they're coming in these nice soft bags here. That's pretty nice. You know, they're gonna be protected. They're packed well in the box. So let's just open these guys up here. Maybe I'll even put the old ones in here, or thought about moving the old ones over to my shop, you know, on the other side of my basement there. So here we go. Here is the first one. That's nice, that looks nice. And these are about the same size as my other ones. They're both 5-inch speakers. I decided to go with the same size because I thought that just made sense. It fits good on my desk here. And the other ones, I love them. They did a good job, you know? So I'm curious to see how well these do. Now, taking a quick look at these guys, they do look a little bit different than the old ones. A little bit of a redesign here. But I think they look great. They're also Bluetooth, which is great, so we can hook up our phone or any Bluetooth device that you might want right to these guys. And let's just take a look at the front here. One of the new features on these speakers here is that you can change the tone of the speaker. So if you're an audio guy like me, you want to do your own audio editing, there's a tone knob right here that allows you to turn it so that the sound coming out of the speakers is a little bit flatter than if you might want to just be listening to music or something. Now, why do we want flat audio from our speakers, our monitor speakers? Because that's going to tell me what the audio actually sounds like, and it's going to give me a better opportunity to edit that audio in its raw format, right? I don't want any colored sound when I'm trying to edit my audio, especially in Resolve. I get in there, I'm working with dialogue, music, whatever it might be. I don't want extra bass, you know, being put out by the speakers, because then that's going to throw off how I edit my audio. So what's really cool about this set, this updated set, is that you can turn this tone knob here to get a flatter frequency response, or if you turn it the other way, it's gonna be better if you're listening to things like music. Maybe you're just putting these on your, you know, your bookshelf and you're just listening to some tunes or whatever. Then you can turn this knob up to the right, and that's going to add in a little more bass, a little more treble, and just kind of adjust it, like, you know, EQ basically your music or your whatever you're listening to, EQ it a little bit to make it sound better, right? And it's not going to be a flat frequency response like I might want when I'm editing audio. So that's really cool, because if I'm just listening to stuff, you can turn this little tone knob down here, and that's going to allow you to change the sound that's coming out of the speakers. And I'm curious to give it a try here, so we're going to do that in a minute. Then you've got your volume knob over on this side, and then over here we also have our headphone jack. You can just plug your headphones right into this guy. So the way these speakers work is that you've got one side that's powered, that gets all the power, and then you have a passive side. And we're gonna connect the two of these using some speaker wire, which they actually included in this kit. So let's take a look at the back of this guy, of the powered one, and just see what we've got on here so far. So when we take a look at it, just starting at the top here, we've got a connection here for our speaker wire to connect this speaker over to our passive speaker. Taking a look over on the left-hand side here, we've got inputs right here, a left and right for 3.5mm jacks, which is what we're gonna be using because I'm gonna be hooking these up to the audio interface that I have, which we'll talk about and we'll get into in a minute here. You also have RCAs. If you need to hook up that way, you can do that. And they do include some RCAs in the little kit right here. You can use those if you need them. Below that, they also have a single stereo jack that you can plug into right here. If you're running, maybe from a computer, you just have one line, you're not using RCAs. You just have like one line, an output line out from something, you can plug it right in here, and then you're gonna be able to use the speakers for that. Now, one of the cool things is with these 3 outputs, you can have them all plugged in at the same time, and whatever device you play will come through the speakers, and it's gonna work out just fine. So I like that. That's pretty cool. I like options, you know, I like options. Next, right down here, we've got a button that we can change for desktop or for bookshelf. So if you're gonna have these on your desktop, like I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna use them for audio editing, so they're gonna be, you know, a couple feet away from me, here and here on either side of my monitor, I'm gonna wanna use the desktop setting, right? And that's just gonna be a better way that the speakers process the sound and send it to me while I'm editing my audio, because they're gonna be in close range, right? They're like near field speakers, right? Set up like that. Now, if you're throwing these guys on your bookshelf, or maybe you're using them for your TV or, you know, your computer, it's a little farther away, you can change this to the bookshelf mode, and that's just gonna send out a fuller, more spread out signal for the audio, and it's just gonna sound a little bit bigger, right? Versus the top one, the desktop one here, that's gonna be a little more directional. It's not gonna kind of like spread the sound out as much. How does all that work? I don't know, because I'm not nerded out on the internals of this stuff, but I'm curious to see how it sounds once I get it hooked up here on my computer. And the last knob down here, we can change whether this particular speaker is on the right-hand side or the left-hand side of our setup. So depending on where they are, obviously, if you're editing your audio and you're doing panning and moving things left and right or whatever, you want to make sure that your speaker's set up to be on the correct side of, you know, your monitor, your setup, so that way when you pan right, it sounds like it's coming from the right. So this allows you to put this speaker on either side, and then just tell the speaker, oh, hey, you're on the left, or oh, hey, you're on the right. And then the other passive speaker will obviously do the opposite automatically for you. You also have a little on and off switch right down here if you want to turn it on and off that way. But I find that I leave this turned on all the time, because on the front here, we've got the volume button, and if you just turn it all the way down, you can hear it clicking. And that is turning the speaker on and off as well. So on the back here, I pretty much always leave this turned on, because the other speakers, the older ones that I had, were a similar setup. So that's what I did with that. And then lastly, right down here, we have where we would plug in our power to power the speakers. Now, you only need power going to one of them. The other one's a passive speaker. It's just gonna send the signal over here, and you'll get your stereo output from both of these speakers. So I do like the form factor, the size of these guys. I think they look pretty cool. They look great. So now we're just gonna get these guys set up here. I'm gonna hook it into my computer and walk you through that process, and we're gonna see how they sound. And I will be using the cords and stuff that we got here. Now, I'm not gonna use the RCAs here. You can see if you have one output from your computer here, you can plug that in your computer, then your RCAs into these guys. I'm not gonna be using these. I will be using the speaker wire to connect these up. And then I'm gonna be using the audio interface that I have, along with the 3.5mm cables that I've already got that are balanced cables. So we're gonna be using that to hook into this and get the audio from my computer over to my speakers. So let's go ahead and get that going. To get these guys set up, the first thing I'm gonna do is actually connect up both speakers. So to do that, I'm gonna use the included speaker wire that we have here. And it's pretty basic. You're just gonna connect your red to your red and your black to your black. And this is gonna send the signal from this speaker over to the passive speaker. So the powered speaker is gonna send over everything that the passive speaker needs. So you just separate these guys up a little bit. We're gonna go the red black into the black, and we're gonna go the red into the red. And once you get them in there, just give them a good little tug there. Not too hard, but you wanna make sure that they're in there good. And then on the other side, we're gonna hook it up the exact same way. So we're gonna go black and red into the black, and we're gonna go red into the red. Again, little tug, and they're good. Now, the way I'm gonna have my setup done here is the powered speaker is gonna be on the left, because my outlets are over that way, and then the passive speaker is gonna be over here. So I wanna make sure that my little button here that says left and right, that this speaker is gonna be on the left. So it's already on left, so we're good to go with that. So the next thing to do, you just spread these guys out here. And on the powered speaker, what we're gonna wanna do is connect up our audio interface. So this is the audio interface that I use. It's an Audient Evo 4. This thing is great. The preamps on here are good. It didn't break the bank. It was like 100, I don't know, something bucks when I bought it. But it can take 2 XLRs in. And then on the output side, it's got our 3.5mm cables here. And the cables that I use, I picked them up on Amazon years ago. They are balanced cables, which are just gonna give you a cleaner signal coming to your speakers. So one thing to consider, balanced versus unbalanced. How do you know if it's balanced? Well, if you look at your little plug here, if you've got 2 rings on it, it's a balanced plug. If you've only got 1, it's an unbalanced. Not the end of the world, but balanced is a better way to go if you can get balanced cables. So all I need to do is look on the back of here, make sure I'm plugging my left into my left and my right into my right up here. So I have nice long cables here. This one's the right one. Plug this guy into the right. And then we've got the left one here. Boom, left. We're good to go. So that is pretty much the hookup or setup of these speakers. I'm just gonna grab the power cord here. I'm gonna plug it into the speaker, plug it in, and then we're gonna be able to fire these up and see how they sound. All right, so we got the speaker set up, got my monitor here, probably pull this up a little bit. So I've already turned on the button in the back, and to turn these guys on now, I'm just gonna use the volume knob here and turn this on. And we can see a little light flashing up in here, and that is just to connect up to Bluetooth. I'm not gonna connect to Bluetooth right now because I'm using my phone to monitor the camera and stuff. But what I am gonna do is actually open up DaVinci Resolve, and I'm gonna pull up a project that I did for some sound design, and we're gonna take a listen on it and see how it sounds with some of our spatial sound stuff. So let me open up DaVinci Resolve and let's check this out. Now, while I have DaVinci Resolve opening up here, one of the challenging things of reviewing a set of speakers like this is to get you guys to understand what they actually sound like. So I'm gonna do my best to kind of compare them to the ones I had before and just kind of give you my honest opinion on what I think they sound like in my studio here, because I'm pretty used to the sound that I had before. I knew where there were some issues with some of the frequency ranges when I was listening on my monitor speakers. So I'm gonna do my best to describe it to you guys on what I'm hearing, how it's sounding, and why. So we're gonna be testing this out with the Star Wars sound design video I did with Casey Ferris. I did the sound design for him. And let's just go ahead and play through it and see what we've got and how it's sounding.
You're late.
I'm here for the droid!
Come and take it.
Okay, it sounds good. It sounds crisp. I did have the tone knob here kind of cranked all the way up on accident when I got started there. So I want that on the flat frequency response, right? I want to color the sound a little bit more. So that sounds pretty interesting, right? Not too bad. The way I think it's coming across is really good. It's very crisp. It sounds good. Sounds just like I imagined when I designed it, did the sound design. They do sound a little bit better than the original speakers that I had before. I think they do a great job. So let's just jump into another project here where we can hear a little bit of music and hear how that's sounding. So recently I did a video on just changing the sound of music from one scene to the next and how to edit that. So let's take a look at that. I do have the knob here, the tone knob, set to the work side. So we're working with something that's a little more flat response, or how it was edited originally, versus changing that tone knob so we're getting a little more boost in the bass and in the treble. So let's just give this a listen. So I think it sounds great. I mean, they sound very crisp, sounds really good. Now, this music I did get from an online service, so it's already mastered and edited and all that kind of stuff. So sounds pretty good. I'm liking that quite a bit, actually. So now I'm gonna just play back through it again, but I'm gonna turn the tone knob up. I'm gonna put it at the middle, and then I'm gonna increase it as we play back, and I'll let you know what I think about how it sounds. It's interesting. It really does bring out the bass and the highs a little bit. So let me grab another piece of music here, just a random piece of music. I'm going to throw it into the timeline here so we can see how that sounds. All right, here's a little rock song. We're going to throw this in here, and we're going to start with the tone in the middle, and then I'm going to boost it up, and we're going to see if we can hear the difference here. Okay, I can definitely notice a difference. The bass gets accentuated quite a bit, and the high frequencies get accentuated a little bit, right? So it's as if you were taking an EQ on your radio, your old stereo, you're boosting up the highs a little, you're boosting up the lows a little, and it really does give you a nice sound. Now for editing, I don't know that I would do that, only because when I'm editing audio, I want it to sound flat, right? So I would use the flat tone response there, just so when I'm editing my audio, I know what I'm hearing is like actually legit what it sounds like. But I like the option to be able to change it there. One last thing I want to test out, let's just change it from the desktop mode like it is here to the bookshelf mode and see how that changes it. All right, we're now in bookshelf mode. I've got the tone knob right in the middle here. Let's just hear how this sounds. That's interesting. Let me flip it back. And maybe this has to do with me sitting so close to the speakers, but it sounds a lot better on the desktop mode than on the bookshelf mode when I'm just here in my studio and they're about, what, 3 feet, 4 feet, 3 feet? 3 feet, probably 3 feet from my face. So this is interesting here on how this is kind of working out. But overall, I mean, these things sound good. Mackie, thanks for sending these guys out. Really enjoying them so far. And I'm gonna put them to some good use here, working through some audio edits. And 90% of the time, I'm using monitor speakers when I'm editing audio in my studio here in DaVinci Resolve. And I think these are gonna do a great job. I really do. It's not because Mackie sent these to me. I think they do a good job. And they look like a better build quality than the old ones. They sound better. They have some cool features there. It sounds like they've got a little more punch to them. It sounds a little bit crisper than my old ones used to. And one of the things that the old ones used to have a frequency range that with my dialogue just didn't come through good. It always like kind of resonated quite a bit. So I'm curious to see how these work out. I think these are going to do a little bit better with that. But overall, I think these speakers would be a good purchase. They're not going to break the bank on you. You can add in a subwoofer if you wanted to. I may even ask Mackie if they could send the subwoofer just so I can see how it connects and works together with all these guys. But they do a really good job. I like them. I think they look better than the old ones. They sound a little bit better. Form factor's a little bit nicer. They've got some extra features. So if you're looking for a good pair of studio monitor speakers or ones to just throw on your TV, your bookshelf, whatever, you might want to check these out and see if it's something that might work for you. But with that said, I'm putting my studio back together here and I am gonna go and edit some video on these new speakers, work with some audio, make some audio editing videos in DaVinci Resolve for you guys because I'm an audio guy. Love me some audio. And with that said, thank you so much, Mackie, again, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.